Did you know that over 90% of people face a major challenge in life, but only a fraction of them manage to rise again? If you've ever gone through something difficult, whether it's a failure, a loss, or a personal setback, you might be wondering, how do you get back up after you fall? Today, we're diving deep into a powerful topic: how to overcome obstacles, what really happens when you rise after a fall, and how this process could be the key to your personal transformation. And it's not just about mental toughness, it's about a much deeper process. Are you ready to understand what happens when we choose not to quit? When we face a setback, our brain goes through a process called neuroplasticity. This means that when we face challenges and overcome obstacles, our brain creates new connections, making us stronger, smarter, and more resilient. In other words, every obstacle is an opportunity to reshape ourselves. Before we get started, if you're ready to discover the hidden secrets behind overcoming challenges, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Part 1. The myth of instant success. What most people don't tell you about overcoming obstacles is that there is no straight path to success. The success stories we see on TV, on social media, or in movies often don't show the internal struggles, the mistakes, and the failures that happened along the way. No one talks about the fact that the path to success has its ups and downs, and you might fall several times before finally reaching your goal. You might have to go through difficult moments, even feel like you have no strength left. But those moments of falling are actually an important part of the growth process. When we fail, our brain activates the reward system, which seeks ways to learn from the failure. And this failure isn't a final defeat, it's just a step in the process of growth. Every time we stumble, our brain is forming new connections, preparing us to become stronger versions of ourselves. Think of Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Edison said, "I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that don't work." That mindset is crucial when it comes to rising up. What about you? Have you experienced a failure that ultimately helped you grow? Leave a comment and share your experience. Part 2. Accepting the growth process. Now, one of the most important lessons in the journey of overcoming is accepting the process. It's not about being perfect or never failing. It's about understanding that overcoming takes time and that the growth process is never linear. When we face a challenge, we often feel stuck, like we're not moving forward. But that's not true. Every step we take, even the smallest ones, is progress. The key is understanding that success is not a straight line. It's a journey full of highs and lows. The concept of self-determination suggests that when we have control over our actions and decisions, our brain releases more dopamine and endorphins, the neurotransmitters responsible for pleasure and motivation. This means that with each small step, our brain rewards us, encouraging us to keep going. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of quitting, he used that as motivation to train harder until he became a global icon. He didn't let failure be an obstacle, but an opportunity to grow. You may not see the results immediately, but every small step is setting the stage for your growth. Remember, it doesn't matter how small the progress is. The important thing is to keep going. Part 3. Practical tools to overcome. Overcoming obstacles requires practical tools. The first one is discipline. Overcoming obstacles requires practical tools. The first one is discipline. When you commit to a plan, no matter how hard it is, you begin to turn each challenge into a learning opportunity. Let's talk about the importance of planning and strategic action. Many people fail because they have big goals, but don't know how to break those goals into smaller, achievable steps. If you have a big goal, like changing careers or losing weight, the key is not trying to do everything at once. It's about planning and setting small, attainable goals. Each small win will keep you motivated. The concept of self-discipline will help you continue even when motivation fades, because motivation can be temporary, but discipline is what will keep you going. And remember, every time you achieve a goal, your brain releases a dose of dopamine, which will push you to keep moving forward. Serena Williams faced multiple injuries throughout her career. Each time she recovered, she followed the same process: careful planning and focus on small wins. Until she came back, is one of the greatest players in the world. So, what can you do today to take the first step towards your goals? Write down a small action you'll take today to move closer to your dreams. Part 4. When resistance strengthens us. Here's the secret no one tells you about overcoming resistance. Discomfort is necessary for growth. When you push through pain and obstacles, you are preparing yourself for something greater. Resistance is what will make you stronger for the bigger challenges that lie ahead. The concept of stress adaptation shows us that moderate stress, when managed well, strengthens our resilience. The brain adapts and becomes stronger with each challenge, just like our muscles grow when challenged. If you're training for a marathon, you can't just run once a week. You need to gradually build resistance. Over time, your body and mind adapt, becoming stronger. The same goes for your journey of overcoming. Over time, obstacles that once seemed impossible will become easier to face. And you? Are you ready to face your own challenges and grow through them? Remember, every obstacle you overcome is a victory. Part 5. The power of gratitude in overcoming. Finally, I want to talk about one of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal in the journey of overcoming. Gratitude. Being grateful for the small victories, for the lessons learned in the falls, and even for the struggles that teach us, can be transformative. Gratitude activates the reward system in the brain, helping us see opportunities even in difficult moments. It changes our perspective, allowing us to see the silver lining even in the darkest times. So, I challenge you. Start a gratitude practice today. Take a moment every day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It will shift your mindset and help you overcome any challenge with resilience. Conclusion: overcoming obstacles isn't just about rising after you fall. It's about understanding that every challenge holds a lesson, and every failure brings you closer to success. The process is long, difficult, and sometimes painful, but it's also transformative. The next time you face an obstacle, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" And use that as fuel to rise higher. Remember, you are stronger than you think, and your best self is waiting on the other side of that challenge. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more videos that inspire growth and transformation. Thanks for watching, and keep pushing forward. You got this!